I would call music a miracle. We've used it for bonding with other cultures, relaxing, raging, and even going to war. Clearly, every method of conveying feeling is different, and whether those feelings reach and affect the listener are all dependent on a few key factors. Performance, or the raw, kinetic feelings that are the easiest to identify. The most clear examples are usually sad, somber songs.
Remember when I didn't need you? Well, I need you now. Of houses. I just need a minute.
Or loud, angry songs. This takes the least explaining, as you can feel it for yourself. However, it is important to know how performance itself is displayed. For the two examples shown, it would be the crackling, wavering voice on the former, and the absolute fury in the latter. Voices convey emotion quite easily, and while instruments are vital to this step, they are often overlooked. For example, party music relies nearly entirely on its instruments, yet almost no other emotion is usually noticed through other genres, even though it is there, I assure you. Take 2814's extremely relaxing vaporwave. It can make you feel somber, calm, spacious, and aware. It can make you feel cool and on top of the world in a confident manner. All of this without words. There are also the two different ways of using a voice, for example, singing and screaming, which both have obvious differences in uses, but can still be used to opposite a typical effect. To put an end to this section, I would like to say that it is often difficult to convey emotion through instruments alone. Though there are a few common tricks used, not that I know them well enough to talk about them, you should just be aware of their existence. The lyrical content of a song is the second strongest factor in making somebody feel something through music. While not applicable to many valid forms of music, they shouldn't be ignored. In Death Grips' Inanimate Sensation, MC Ride, the lyricist, describes his iPod being more entertaining than sex. While gratuitous at first, it's a simple line that carries a lot of weight about what kind of person Ride is and what kind of experiences he's gone through to get as cynical as he is. Well, this is speculation. Perhaps his true passion for music is so overwhelming that it overrides evolutionary coding. The rest of the song is as cynical, so this latter idea may not be so accurate. That's speculating, and while not strictly emotion-based, I'd like to make note of how brilliant lyricists can make your mind start racing, which I suppose is a sort of an emotion. The excitement and satisfaction of figuring out your own answer is an emotion in and of itself, I suppose. Let's take a look at a second, more straightforward example, one that I can quote and still maintain a PG rating. I quote, It's hard for me to say that I'm actually happy that I'm still here. I really try, but I'm really not okay, and there's no headline for the kid who survived. This line tells you a lot about the writer, mostly that he's truly depressed, but he's still trying. He's still trying to live, and he wants you to know that he wants to live, but it's getting harder every day. It also tells you about a past accident that he had, and he feels like he seriously needs to say something about it. Nobody pays attention to him because he survived the accident, yet others didn't. Maybe this accident broke him mentally, maybe it was a straw that broke the camel's back. Either way, both of the songs convey different feelings, perhaps even some of the same feelings, the cynical ones, and different methods, yet both are extremely effective. Lastly, I want to bring up perhaps the hardest one to write about, which is mixing. You see, mixing is when one element is above another audibly, like when a voice drowns out instruments, or vice versa. This is usually seen as a sign of poor production, however, it can be used as a way to emphasize a factor mentioned above. Perhaps the strong, loud instruments on a song are put forward to bring out a raw anger, where the voice is put front and center to make lyrics stand out more, or bring out the anger or sadness in somebody's voice. This can be extremely important if the way a song is written with a certain mix in mind, though it's usually never picked up on, sadly. Okay, that's a re-recording. First time sounded way worse. Alright, so basically subscribe if you wanna. This took a lot of effort. Not really, I'm lying. But it was fun to make. Passion project, basically. Some shower thoughts. Peace.